Alright y'all, welcome back. Today we're going to take a look at how my deadlift recently just exploded and completely decreased and then exploded again. So, recently I went into a calorie surplus for the first time ever and I ended up being able to double 312 kilos right here in the first 2 blocks of that. So that's pretty crazy progression considering it's only a couple weeks, months ago that I attempted this and failed at Euros, and failed it at Nordics, and failed it at another national competition, and now it's something that I can do for post-double. So that was obviously the end of a block, leading into an air block, which with pretty high expectations since I was able to increase my strength that much. And for this block I had regular air deadlift, so not post deadlift doubles. But this block had a very awkward start, with me starting off with week 1 deadlift 270 kilos for my primary day, which moved really good, but then 250 kilos here for my secondary day moved really bad. This was supposed to be a post set of 4. It was just really bad. But that was because I recently moved into this apartment here at that point of time, so I was really fried from walking up like 4 floors multiple times. So that obviously transitions into my week 2 primary deadlift, which I definitely didn't have big expectations for considering my last secondary day where I only did 250 there. But at my last warm-up at 270 kilos, I noticed that I was ridiculously strong. And to match the RPE, I had to go with 300 kg, and it was even potentially an undershoot right here. So really easy, stupidly easy deadlift right here. But as you could probably expect, this is where the issues started. Now I had percentage drop-off prescribed back-offs, which means 15% off of my top set is my back-offs, but because I was so much stronger in this week 2 than I usually am, my average weight used in week 2 is around 280 kilos, but here I used 300 kg. Because of that, the back-offs were also so much heavier, and it's actually here where I first noticed the pain in my back thing, which was really annoying, but it wasn't too big of a deal in these back-offs, so I pushed through and did all 3 sets, which turned out not to be a good idea. So next up was my secondary deadlift day in the week 2, where same week as I did the 300 kg deadlift. So expectations were a little bit high right now, but I knew to be a little bit cautious because of the pain thing, so I actually documented the process right here within the training. So you can see that right here with my thoughts in the training now. Alright, it's weird because I feel very little and I feel nothing after the sets. But I can feel something, but it's not really getting worse from weight to weight. I had one set, or one rep with 170 where I set my hips a little too low, and there was a little bit annoying, but on the other try I had with the Ray, whatever you call it, I took on the belt to see how that feels. Didn't really feel any different with that, but I set my hips better, and there it felt pretty good actually, and I was like maybe 2 out of 10 pain, something like that. So obviously goal number 1 is to not get injured. That is by far priority number 1. But I also really want to get a good week 4 right here, because I know that I have the potential for hitting something epic, and I need to maintain the momentum that I'm having right now. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to go 220, see how that feels, and if it's still alright, if it's not worse than the 170, then I'm probably going to do my top set. Just going to take it conservatively, like 260, something like that. And I'm going to take that one top set and then probably skip the back-off sets. But I think just doing that one top set should be enough for me to still feel alright for my primary day, Sunday. So that's what we're going to do. 220 right now. Let's hope that is alright. Okay, I think we're alright, because the 220 right there, although it didn't feel like amazing, that was pretty much less pin than 170.
that was like definitely not more. That was the same or less pain than 170. So I'm gonna go for my top set 260. It's supposed to be 4 reps, but I'm only gonna do X reps amount that feels comfortable and easy, and like where I'm very certain that it's not gonna aggravate anything or anything like that. So I'm gonna take it pretty easy at the low end, but still hopefully heavy enough to set me up for something good for my next primary day. So top set, we're actually gonna do it. Very nice. I mean, strength-wise, we're still looking fine. It's not an issue at all. This was a little bit more painful than 220. That's why I called it out. There 2 reps, decided not to go anymore. It's not that I couldn't. I just felt like it's not worth it for the risk. And I think a double at 260 should hopefully still be enough to like maybe do something for my next primary deadlift day. At least I'll not be like completely detrained. So we're sadly just gonna cut it there and switch over to some RDLs, where I'm probably gonna strip it all the way down to 70 kilos and see how that feels for the RDLs. I don't think RDLs should be an issue, but I also don't know. So let's see.
So after this was actually when the pain got the worst that it ever got. So there was points of time where I was barely able to just walk on my 2 legs, because every time I stepped on my right leg, it created like a 9 to 10 out of 10 pain, which was obviously like a huge deal, not something that is supposed to happen. But I was never like super concerned, because how quickly the pain got worse and how quickly the pain got less worse. So I knew that if I just took like 2 weeks fully off, it would be fixed. So I was never like actually concerned for like the long future of my powerlifting journey. It was more so, can I save this block without getting more injured? So I had a string of really bad sessions where I was only able to do 220 kg for my primary day, and it moved pretty bad, felt pretty bad, it was painful, and it got worse, the pain after that. Even my squats got worse one of the days, which wasn't a case in all the other days, but I was not able to do high bar squats really. I did one set with 180 kg, and there was a lot of pain there, and it got a lot worse from that. And on my secondary day, I was just straight up like basically not able to deadlift at all. But come to my primary squat and bench day, I was able to pull off a really good squat set of 260 kilos for a double, so that gave me some hope, considering it was just 6 days ago at that point, where the pain got a lot worse from just 180 kg high bar squat. So 260 kg regular squat with basically 0 pain, and it didn't get any worse from that after that. So that was the only thing giving me hope for my primary day coming into that right here.